You're live, Dave. Say hi.
Hi.
You're live. Say hi. Peace.
There she is. I'm going to Catherine.
Oh, there's going to be more coming.
I have a tie for you. Don't wear it for a while. That's your tie.
Get started here in a second. Try to grab a seat. All right, folks, get in here, grab a seat.
I'm old, but I'm still quick.
That's a sample. It's a skinnier one.
Oh, I like skinny. I do not like fat ties.
If you want it, you can have it.
Excellent.
All right, folks.
Later this week.
We're going to go ahead and get started here. My name's Ian Masters, the president of the West Virginia Citizens Defense League. This is our lobby day. It's an amazing crowd. I appreciate you all coming out. We're here today. Our current legislative priority being Senate Bill 96, deadly weapon preemption. I'm going to explain to you a little bit about that bill, some of the talking points that you're going to have, your group leaders are going to have. We're going to later break you up into districts and get you out in front of your legislators. So, Senate Bill 96 has already passed the Senate by a 30-2 margin, bipartisan support. Now, what this bill does is wrap up and complete the preemption legislation we worked on back in 2014. Currently, municipalities cannot ban or regulate the carry of a firearm or a Glock I might wear, but they can, and many of them do, if I can get it out of my pocket, ban something as small as this being a pocket knife that I can even get through Capitol Security here today. This is illegal in several of our municipalities throughout the state. So this bill extends preemption to deadly weapons and also including pepper spray. It removes this extremely confusing web of ordinances that are hard to navigate as you travel throughout the different cities of this beautiful state. This bill is needed for code uniformity. Following the 2014 preemption bill in our constitutional carry bill, it also takes a step to remove the last real bastion of gun control we have in our code, which is the ban on carrying firearms unlicensed into closed street city events. And this piece of language we're trying to remove in our code right now is something that Virginia is actually seeking to enact. So these legislators that are upset about perhaps losing this closed street festival ban are in essence really doing the exact same thing that the anti-gun folks in Virginia are doing. You know, contrary to any hysteria with this, all this is doing is saying that state law prevails. Just like it does with firearms, now it will prevail and be the same on every other deadly weapon. The state level regulations will exist. It doesn't make it so that minors can be carrying switchblades, as some people might suggest. An important thing to remember as well, and we harp on this a lot with our membership, is that the right to keep and bear arms applies more to just firearms. And in fact, the Supreme Court recently held as much, that it applies to other deadly weapons that can be carried. So this is not an issue that should be up to local control. This is a constitutional right to keep and bear arms. Now, our current status is we were double referenced after passing through the Senate into the Political Subdivisions Committee and then to Judiciary. And those of you, and I see plenty of you in the crowd that are veterans of this struggle, know full well how difficult Judiciary Committee can be to get through sometimes. So we need to really work to get our bill on the agenda first at political subdivisions. So the folks you go, we're going to break up into groups that you go see. You're going to talk to them about SB 96, deadly weapon preemption. You're going to ask that they vote for it when we can get this thing to the House floor. Your group leaders will know the people that make up the committees we need to go through. You're going to ask them to put that bill on the agenda. We're going to, after that, break up and go to the legislative session. We'll be up in the chambers. Remember up there that a quorum is that there's no screaming, hooting and hollering up there. It's not British Parliament, so behave yourself. No clapping, no ovations, and that might be important because there is a piece of program legislation you're going to hear about later, not our priority, but a bill we support, that's likely to pass today in the House. So as much as you might want to jump up and cheer, do not do that. Maintain the decorum. But right now, we're going to sort of switch the decorum a little bit. And those of you that have done this for a long time know this is a little unique for us, but I might have you folks get a little loud here for just a one-word response. And that is that we have some folks out of state, we have some newcomers, we have some new people here that have really been kind of awakened by what's going on in Virginia and what's going on in Richmond. Really kind of awakened by the fact that this year in the West Virginia legislature we had a red flag law introduced. So a lot of you drove a long way. You'd probably be ashamed to waste the nice marble acoustics of this building. So I'm going to have you in the count of three give the answer to that. Do we want red flag laws? Do we want to turn into Virginia? The answer to that is a simple one-word no. So hopefully it's not too early in the morning to get you nice and loud, but on the count of three I'm going to ask you to say that word loud enough that it echoes through this building, to these legislators, loud enough that maybe they'll hear it in Richmond. You ready? 1, 2, 3. No! All right. I told you the acoustics are mighty fine.
We could have done that at the center.
I really appreciate you all coming out here. We've got work to do, and we're going to get to it. But you've been so effective. You've passed 20 pro-gun bills in the years we've been active. You've stopped every single anti-gun bill in its tracks. And because of that effectiveness, no longer is it just me popping up to speak to you. We have a whole line of actually sitting delegates and senators that want to talk to you. So I'm going to turn the mic over first to my friend and former vice president of WVCDL, Tom with the NRA, to talk a little bit about his bill. And then we'll get all these folks in front of you, and then we'll get you rounded up and get to work. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tom. I'm the state director for the National Rifle Association, your representative here in West Virginia at the Capitol and across the state at any local or municipality as well. Those of you that know me know that I'm the former vice president. Keith and I got this, the WVCDL resurrected, and then you took it and grew it to what it is today. You know, I was at the pre-lobby day dinner last night and was thinking about it as I was looking across the crowd when I was speaking. And when I went to take the job for the NRA and Keith knew that he was going to be moving on to take a different position, we were concerned. there were several other people that were concerned about where the WVCDL was going to go from there. When we had it before, it didn't. It had its ups and downs, and when our founder got sick, it almost went completely away. And Keith and I were sure that we had put in place a leadership team with a membership that was supporting him that would help grow it. As I looked across that dinner last night, which was the largest I had ever seen for the WVCDL, and then today, looking across all of you all, when I can remember coming to a lobby day, hosting a lobby day, and it would have made me fill up these chairs on this side. And here we are. And again, that's because of each and every one of you all, and I appreciate it. I know that Ian, Amber, and the rest of the board appreciate it. You know, we're just a voice. We're honored to be your voice, but that's all we are, is just your voice. When we go to the legislators and we say, we want this done, we expect this to be done, represent your people, or we will find somebody who will. They know that it's not me talking, it's all of you talking. And I appreciate that. Today, in the House of Representatives, I fully expect that you will watch House Bill 4955, which is the reduction of concealed carry permit fees, pass the House. It went through an amendment process on Friday, and it was able to beat an amendment 80 to an 11 with several members that weren't available to vote. I expect a lot of those members are going to be back in their seats today, and you're probably going to see high 80s, if not 90, vote yes for your rights, vote yes to reduce the fees for that permit, and vote yes on 4955. So hopefully that'll be a great thing. You guys will be able to watch that go through. When you're in the House today, as Ian mentioned, make sure that you're talking to your delegates about SB 96, the preemption bill. That's important. Let them know that you'd like that to get into committee. When you're over on the Senate side, make sure you're talking to them about House Bill 4955, the permit fee reduction bill, and that you'd like that to go through. Let them know it's important. You know, the WVCDL's priority piece of legislation is the preemption. The NRA's priority piece of legislation is the permit fees reduction. Both of those will help each and every one of you significantly. If anybody has any questions, I'll be around, and thanks again.
Thank you.
I see what you're doing here. I'm sure. So Ian told me to keep it short because he knows I used to be a preacher. My name is Marshall Wilson. I'm delegate from District 60, South Berkeley County. I came home from war, moved to West Virginia from Louisiana, looked around at what I saw and just got madder and madder and madder. And Travis Bishop twisted my arm into joining the CDL. Like I say, I was new to West Virginia. I didn't know who you guys were. But I was buying a gun for my wife, and Travis handed me the form and told me to sign up, so I became a member of the CDL, and then he dragged me down here on lobby day. So he dragged mad old gun grunt Marshall from backwoods West Virginia to the Capitol to watch what was going on, and I went home, and boy was I mad. And my wife told me I needed to do something about it. So I ran for office with no experience, no idea what I was doing, no idea at all. But I watched the CDL, and I learned from you guys. I took your model, I applied it to my campaign, and I won against all odds. Because the way you do things is right. The way you do things is focused, it's professional, it's intelligent, and it's respectful. And you will always, always win if you are focused, intelligent, and respectful. Always. That's why you guys are winning. I tell other groups that they need to watch you and learn from you because you are doing it right. It is a profound honor to be a member of this organization. It's a profound honor to stand up alongside you for the rights that you represent because you, the people, are the true rulers of this land. The people who work in this building are your employees, and you need to fire them at the slightest provocation. You need to let them know that you will fire them at the slightest provocation, and you need to hold a tight rein on them and make them behave the way that you want to by being smart, focused, and respectful. Thank you very much.
my hand to stand before you today. Let me just say a few things. The best thing this country has, the thing that sets us apart from every other nation in the world, is our American Constitution.
Right.
It is what creates our American excellence. The Constitution was not written by a bunch of professors and lawyers. They were written by farmers and merchants, people like you and me. The Constitution was not written for anybody except the people of this country. One of the most important parts of this Constitution is the Second Amendment, which says the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now that just says it all. I am serving on the Judiciary Committee, and I certainly am going to be voting in favor of your bill when it comes, Senate bill, when it comes before us. And I certainly am going to be voting for the bill on the House floor today. It's just not rocket science, folks. It's basic dignity. It's basic human rights. Great googly moogly. I mean, God bless you all real good.
Hi, my name is Amy Summers. I'm from Taylor County, strong advocate of Second Amendment rights. As long as I'm in charge, West Virginia will become no Virginia.
How's everybody doing today? I'm Randy Schwartzmiller. I'm the delegate from the 1st District. And got some good news for you all. Next year, I'll be running for the state senate. I truly believe... Just hold on to it. Have many talents. So, listen, here's how I look at the Second Amendment. Ladies, we all know you can't be just a little bit pregnant. For everybody else, we know you can't be just a little bit Second Amendment. You're either Second Amendment or you're not. Let me just say this. We've lost some good Second Amendment bills in the Senate by one vote. Because some people over there are part-time Second Amendment. We're going to win this race. Next year, you're going to pick another vote up on your Second Amendment bills, because I'll be a full-time Second Amendment senator, and I'll be there for you on every vote, and you can count on that. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you all.
Good morning. I'm Kevin Bartlett. I'm the delegate from the 39th. That's the Sissonville area right here in the Kanawha Valley. I really appreciate your presence here today. It's important that citizens get engaged in their government and come to these halls and let your representatives know how you feel and explain how you feel, and then hold them accountable for their votes. Unlike Delegate Wilson, I make no promises to be short, and I'm still a preacher. So this may take a couple more minutes, but I'll try to be really brief. I do want to say that I'm 100% Second Amendment. When I was asked, I was appointed after the death of Delegate Sharon Malcolm, and asked about what my convictions were, what issues that were reported to me. I told the folks who asked, reporters and others, I'm 100% pro-life. I'm 100% Second Amendment. To me, these are core convictions, and if we do not protect life, then we're not a worthy nation any longer. And if we can't protect our Second Amendment rights, all the other rights will eventually fall, because the Second Amendment protects every other right. Thank you for what you're doing. Please keep it up. Thank you.
I'm Dean Jeffries, delegate from the 40th District, Kanawha County, better known as the Elk River area for some of you. Visiting from the 40th, we appreciate you being here. I'm blessed to serve you. I'm honored to be a West Virginia Citizens Defense League member. What you're doing here is so important to us. We are one election away at all times from being Virginia. If you look, some of the laws Virginia has in place, as far as Second Amendment goes, were just as good as ours. One election is all it takes. So I urge you, this upcoming election, look deep into who your candidates are, talk to your friends, get your friends out to vote, and make sure you are electing Second Amendment candidates. Without the Second Amendment, as you just heard, all other constitutional freedoms fall. I thank you all for coming. We appreciate your support and your voice. Thank you. God bless.
Glasses with the camera waving. Happy birthday, former Delegate Phillips, who has we actually put one on research at one point, and he has introduced and co-sponsored more gun legislation down here than anybody else. So he'll be running in the Senate and hope to bring it back. But happy birthday.
I do have a guest with me here today. I'm going to introduce her here just very shortly. I am Senator Eric Tarr from Putnam County for Senate District 4. And this showing is incredible. I'm so excited to see this many people coming out to defend our Second Amendment right. This matters. As a legislator, I'm in my second term, so I'm in my first term of office holding this, but this is my second legislative session. And I can tell you from my experience up here so far, when you show up to defend your rights, it matters. You're seen in the galleries, you are heard. It is an example that goes out statewide. It inspires other people to say, I need to get involved. And so from the bottom of my heart, as a person who holds that Second Amendment as dear as anyone sitting in these seats, I thank you for being here today. And with that said, I also have somebody I wanted to introduce. Chris Raines hails from Putnam County, and she was Republican Woman of the Year, so she's very much conservative. It's a nonpartisan election for Supreme Court Justice. But Supreme Court justices matter. As we've seen in the past few years, when you've seen what's happened with the Supreme Court, when we actually had a trial here for our retired Supreme Court that came up not long ago, that when legislation that comes through and becomes statute is then interpreted by the Supreme Court. Now, we all know the importance of that when it comes to any right, when it comes down to the right to life, when it comes down to Second Amendment. And we pass bills up here that you are helping us get through. Make no doubt about it. We vote on it, but you help tremendously on legislation that goes through to protect your Second Amendment right. When that goes through and it's challenged, the Supreme Court really goes through and says, okay, this is constitutional or it's not. A strict constructionist of constitutional law matters. And I can tell you that the candidate I want to introduce to you, when you go back to your home districts and you're talking about Supreme Court, I want to introduce her today that this is somebody who's going to interpret that law to defend your Second Amendment right. And this is Chris Raines. I want to introduce her to you.
Is anyone here a fan of the Constitution? Yeah, me too. I want to make my statements brief because I was told that elected officials are allowed to speak to you. So I appreciate your presence here. I appreciate your support of the Constitution. There's no bigger fan of the Constitution than I am, and I would appreciate your support for Division 2. The election is in May. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming out today. I'm Jim Butler. I'm in the House of Delegates now. I've been here for 8 years and have always worked along with you to make sure we protect and maintain our Second Amendment rights. We've passed many good pieces of legislation, as you all know, over the last several years, and that's only because you are here to support that. So give yourselves a hand, please. As I say, I've been in the House for 8 years now. This year I'm a candidate for the Senate in the 4th District, which is Mason and Putnam counties, Jackson and Rome. So if you're in those areas, I can certainly use your help. I'm someone who's going to tell you that I'm for something and I'm going to be for it and work for it. And in this case, Second Amendment rights, I not only say that I'm for these things, I work for them. I was the lead sponsor on the Campus Self-Defense Act, which also known as Campus Carry. As you know, we got it through the House last year, died in the Senate. If I get in the Senate, I'll do all I can to make sure that doesn't happen again, that we get it all the way through so that it becomes your right and the right of your kids and your grandkids as we move forward. Thank you very much. Sure appreciate having you here.
Well, good morning. I'm Senator Roland Roberts from the 9th District. I represent all of Raleigh County, all of Wyoming County, and part of McDowell County. Down in the southern part of the state of West Virginia. I'm a pastor, longtime pastor, and run a Christian school. And if you come to my church, you're safe. If you come to my school, you're safe. Just like all West Virginians, you want to be safe. You want to be able to protect yourself in the public arena as well as in the private arena. And I'm very thankful you'll see Roberts on as a sponsor, co-sponsor on all of your bills. Right there on the same page, we have had problems in the past, and we had to fight them. We have problems in the present. We need to keep fighting. And don't think that there won't continue to be battles in the future. This is one of those eternal vigilance things. And I thank you for what you're doing. I applaud your efforts. And if I can be any support or help, please be sure. Roland Roberts, 9th District. I'm in the Sweet 17. Not up for re-election this year. Not till 2022. But I'm still there for you. Thank you very much.
Hey everyone, I'm Caleb Hanna. I'm a delegate from Nicholas County. I'm the youngest member of the West Virginia House, and I'm actually the youngest member of any state legislature across the country. And I just want to thank you guys for being here. God bless you. I mentioned that I'm the youngest legislator just because I want you to know how much I care about some of the issues that you do. And that's because Jim mentioned earlier campus care. I go to school over here at West Virginia State University, and I know the importance. That's right. We need college presidents that will actually stand up for the Second Amendment and stand up for what's right, because my rights don't end when I step on that campus. So I told you I'd keep it brief. Just thank you guys for what you do. Keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully next year or this year we can pass that through the House and get it through the Senate as well. We just really appreciate everything you do, and thank you so much.
I'm Delegate Gary Howard, Smith. We're black today, right? These politicians all speak too long, so I'm going to say one thing. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Right.
Good morning. Thanks for being here. Sorry, it's 2 weeks now that I haven't been able to talk, and that's probably a good thing. Appreciate you all being here. I'm John Mann, delegate from the 16th District. And I want to let you know this is my second year. You learn a little bit. You know, you're supposed to talk to your district. Last year, I'm on judiciary, and I got campus carry out to the next, committee. But I was honest, and I talked with Art Thomas, and I don't know that I can be for it on the floor. Being in Marshall's district, talking to our police and our campus police, talking to university, and having a contract with the university. Well, like I said, you live and learn. Guess what? I want to say, you know what? I did what I felt was right, what I was supposed to do, although I believe that we do have our rights, and I do believe in the Second Amendment. I'm a co-sponsor on Marshall Wilson's bill for both campus and capital carry next year. I do appreciate your support. I appreciate you all coming and talking to me and understanding my situation and what I was in. And let's look forward to voting that bill down today and getting our concealed carry permits lowered and that cost. But thanks for being here. Appreciate your support, and go Civil Defense League.
We have the Secretary of State, who is the current Secretary of State and is also running for office, Matt Warner.
Impressive array of folks. Folks, you've heard a lot of words from different folks. I just want to share three things with you. I think speaks for itself as to my support. First is, I think you probably know what these are, right? These are mine, all right? This is one of my sons, all right, over in Afghanistan. You see what he's carrying? You know, protecting himself. How about this one, folks? This is my daughter in Afghanistan. And she's protecting herself. I have two others, another son, another daughter. They have both are serving, actually, at the moment as well. Folks, you are the people. You're the ones who are standing firm, expressing what needs to be expressed at this very important moment in time. We all know what's going on next door in Virginia. We've got to stand firm for our Second Amendment rights. And fortunately, we have an administration in office. We need to keep that administration in office to protect all of our rights. I am the Secretary of State. We take care of the elections. And this is where you can express yourself at the ballot box. If anybody has any questions about registration, my office is at the other end of the hall. Come see me. Make sure, I suspect everybody in here is registered, but we need to get out and get some other folks registered. And then the most important thing is to show up and vote both on May 12th and November 3rd and express our wishes at the ballot box. Thank you so much for what every one of you does. I'm proud of it, and I stand strongly with you. Thank you.
Hey everyone, many of you met me last night, but I'm Joe Jeffries. I represent the 22nd District, which is Putnam, Lincoln, Logan, and Boone counties. I'm not going to talk forever. We all know where I stand. It's obvious where I stand. This group's actually what got me here. So, all I want to say, I want to light these halls up one more time like Ken did. And I just want everybody to say, if the government wants your guns, what do we say? No! Or, come and get them. Move on to the way. Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming this morning. I'm so proud every time I walk into this rotunda and I see all these black t-shirts, and I appreciate you guys so much and everything that you do to protect our Second Amendment rights. I just want to say that we need to make sure that we keep everybody get out the vote. We don't want to see what's happened to our brothers and sisters in Virginia happen in any other states. No need at all. No need at all. Thank you very much. And I appreciate everything you guys do. And I always like to say, I believe this started out as some right-wing fringe group. I think someone used that term. Look at us now. Thank you guys very much.
Hello everyone, it's great to see all these black t-shirts out here today. I've got a growing stack of them in my dresser too. And this group's a big part of why I'm here today. I've been a lifetime member of the NRA for a long time and was frustrated over what I could do to make a difference and come across CDL several years ago and saw how you make a difference. And you guys do, this is incredible the impact you have down here on all of us. And I'm not going to waste any more of your time because you've got a lot of important work to do today. Chris Phillips, 47. Thank you.
Welcome, everybody. I got thrown into this. Wasn't expecting it. Wasn't prepared to speak, but I'll wing something here. Many of you know me as Charles Hurst, board member of WVCDL. So I think that speaks volumes as to where I stand on the Second Amendment. I'm also running as delegate, or for delegate for the 62nd District up in Eastern Panhandle. And if elected, I will carry that to the office with me. I mean, you can count on I will always be a Second Amendment supporter as the Second Amendment District, period. You know, make sure you can follow that. With that said, get out and support your good candidates because elections matter. Just look at Virginia and you say, it really matters. And I'd like to mention something about Senator Clinton Blair, since he's a little one of the brother here. Anyhow, he has been rock as far as the Second Amendment goes. I mean, just rock solid. Constitutional carry, he spoke on constitutional carry many times. When re-election also this year. So the people of this district, please support him any way that you can. I don't have much more to say, I will be short, but elections matter. Get out and vote, get your friends, like-minded individuals out there and vote also. Thank you.
I'd love to.
Well wishes and probably be around kind of really talking about it here. And I'll let him finish up here.
In the paper we have right there in the back. So if you have not made it back here to the back right to sign up, go ahead and do that. I think the last time I peeked over there, we had 150 people sign up. We were trying to figure out our numbers here. That's one of our best turnouts ever. So if you haven't popped up back there in the back, and sign up. Otherwise, I'm going to turn it over now to Tom Raines, who's going to announce the districts and have you guys get what we got. I got a late.
Yeah, we have one more left.
A late comer.
See how popular you guys are?
Absolutely, you are popular. We're glad to have you here. I'm Tom Fast, delegate from Fayette. And anyone here from Fayette County? All right, good to have you here. Hi, Cheryl. Hey, but no, I've supported campus carry and I've been a great supporter of the Second Amendment. I believe in it, and I support the lowering of the amount of money that it requires to obtain a permit if you go that way. And I don't like the idea of municipalities tampering with our Second Amendment rights. So I support that bill. You have my backing. I'm glad to see you. I'm going to tell you what, you all make a difference. And thanks for being here. Let's keep it up. Thank you.
All right, now we're finally ready. So once again, please sign in if you haven't done that. I'm going to turn it over to Tom Raines to announce the group leaders, and they're going to get you by geographic area set up, and we're going to get ready to get through these halls. Thanks again. One last thing. If there's any media that approach you, refer them to me or to one of the other board of directors. We have one of the most knowledgeable groups of folks, and you're all articulate, but media is a bit of a skill that you have to acquire, and I've got stories about that I can tell you. But if any media, redirect them to me or to one of the board of directors. All right, Tom.
If the group leaders please come to the front.
I do need to sign up though, personally.
We did.
Did you sign? Okay.
Danny Massey, go with him if you're from Senate District 9 or Delegate District 25, 26, 29, 30, or 31, which includes Wyoming and Raleigh counties. Y'all meet in the hallway over here.